Tactical handling of Recce troop. In November 1985, I was appointed Recce troop leader of an armored regiment. It was a challenging assignment. Recce troop, a large subunit with 14 jeeps, 6 anti-tank guns and 6 heavy machine guns, was a large subunit, but no tactical paper defined its handling. I started working on this paper in November 1985 and it was completed in the form below in May 1986. This is the first ever tactical pamphlet on tactical handling of Recce troop. I was able to test my concepts in the divisional and brigade exercises of 1985, then again in the regimental, brigade and divisional exercise of 1986, again in the regimental, brigade and divisional exercise of 1987, followed by 1988, when again I was able to practice these concepts advanced in this paper that I had written in the brigade and divisional exercise of 1988, which continued till 1989. During the exercise Darb-e Momin, when I was serving in the headquarters 3rd Armored Brigade as the mechanical transport officer, I was glad to learn that my tactical note, the tactical handling of Recce troop, was tested in 6th Armored Division units. Particularly, my relative Tareen told me that Colonel Qureshi of 26th Cavalry was very keen to test it, and this concept was receiving some interest. In 1989, I sent it to the Inspector General Training and Evaluation, General Arif Bangash, who received it very positively and asked the concerned directorate to study and process it. In 2013, when I visited the headquarters 1st Armored Division, I was very glad to know that my tactical paper of 1986 was studied by the officers tasked to revise the armored regiment in battle, and parts of my recommendation were included in this revised general staff publication known as the Armored Regiment in Battle. During the Afghan Civil War, with which I had some connection, I tested some of my reconnaissance concepts in the field again. Again in Afghanistan in the period 2004-20, I interacted with some of the armies in Afghanistan and was able to share with them my paper, and they found it very interesting. Finally, when I loaded this on Amazon in 2014, I was very glad that this paper received great interest in various countries, especially in some NATO states, in Canada, in USA, in India, in Middle East. Finally, I was very glad that my book, Why Indian Army and Pakistan Army Failed in 1965 War, was bought officially by one of the North American armies, and 700 copies of my book, Why Indian Army and Pakistan Army Failed in 1965 War, were bought by a North American country. This book is available on the Amazon Books, and anyone can procure it and can benefit or can further improve what I recommended in 1986 and again revised it till I loaded this book on the Amazon books.